In next 5 years, tech leaders are saying that everybody is going to be a developer. So you would code in natural language. Companies can quickly create digital twins and experiment with prototypes. So deep learning in the last few years has become quite pervasive because of the advantage of accelerated computing. Using large language models for different business requirements. The best way is to build small proof of concept and then expand it to a more production ready kind of a model. So at Transorg Analytics, Gen AI is an integral part of our solutions. We're working on all of those data sets to generate answers on a tip of a button. You have to understand the client's business. You have to understand what are their challenges and opportunities, the security concerns, the biases and fairness. It's all in place. And Gen AI is going to be a huge competitive advantage for organizations. You can use Gen AI to improve your revenues. You can make your operations more efficient. You can improve the productivity of your team. You can launch new products pretty quickly. In next 5 years, tech leaders are saying that everybody is going to be a developer. So you would code in natural language. You just need to have good skills on prompt engineering. All the coding will happen in natural language. So in our organization at Transorg Analytics, we are leveraging Gen AI to write basic codes when we do our data science models. So that has hugely improved the productivity of the team. They can focus more on the value-added activities. So Gen AI, according to me, is playing a very important role in data science industry, AI, data science, machine learning. Typically, organizations use data science teams to build predictive models to generate business insights so that they can take sound business decisions. So as you know that the whole Gen AI is based on a Transformers framework, which is nothing but a neural network. Deep learning in the last few years has become quite pervasive. Organizations are using machine learning in a huge way because of the advantage of accelerated computing, and players like Nvidia and there are other chip companies who have provided accelerated computing in the last few years, and this is going to improve as we move forward. And I know that companies have concerns about the cost related to running large language models or training large language models, and also from an inferencing standpoint. So both of these aspects will become far more cost effective as we move forward, as the technology evolves. So whether it is Meta or Google or Anthropic. Then there are companies like us, Transorg Analytics, where we are focusing on the application development. So using large language models for different business requirements, whether you want to create a chatbot where employees can ask questions to HR about the HR policies. So you can use LLM and also use along with the internal policies of that company to answer the questions to employees through that chatbot. You can use RAG frameworks. Other example could be say for instance, for contract negotiations, you want to build a model. You can fine-tune the model by injecting contract and negotiations related data. The best way is to build small proof of concepts initially, try to use it, and then expand it to a more production-ready kind of a model. So at Transorg Analytics, Gen AI is an integral part of our solutions. Just to share some examples, one of the areas where we're focusing on is knowledge management. So how do we deliver business insights to our client teams on their fingertips by using conversational chatbots? So we are using large language models for that. If I need to know that which of my campaigns were effective in the past 6 months, then it'll list down the campaigns which gave them relevant and higher return on investment. The second use case where we are working is on the whole voice to text and text to voice conversion. A lot of companies are working on it. So large language models are pretty effective. So you can convert your call interactions into text, and then you can analyze that and generate insights. And then of course, there are clients now that multimodal models are available. Marketing companies are using it for creatives. They're creating nice designs. One thing I can say with confidence is that organizations have to use Gen AI in their bigger scheme of things to improve their business effectiveness. And another comment which I thought would be relevant to point out here is that uh, organizations can only implement GenAI, or analytics agencies who are working with these organizations can implement GenAI if they have the business model. You have to understand the client's business. You have to understand what are their challenges and opportunities. If you're building a model, then you can create a consumption layer using a GenAI chatbot. In fact, not only in GenAI, but if I look at the broader AI area, security is a big focus area for organizations. So, quite understandably, companies have concern that their data may be compromised. When companies are building their own solutions, either fine tuning a large language model or some other way, they want to keep the access in a role based manner. So, for instance, if somebody wants to know about the sales in the past 1 year, so that's some teams you don't want to give an access to that information. And then sometimes people ask irrelevant questions. So you have to put guardrails on your solutions, on your chatbots. A lot of companies have built-in security mechanisms. The LLM companies or the companies who have built foundational models. Some security tools they're providing. There are specialist organizations which have come up, which are providing some security solutions. Then the whole thing about bias and fairness, that's not just applies to GenAI, but AI as a whole. There are model governance frameworks which are in place. Companies are implementing that, so which ensures that organizations are not building models which are non-compliant. That security concerns, the biases and fairness, it's all in place, and the company should abide by the laws set up by the government. So those are things which are very, very important for the success of these GenAI projects.